And we're back with another episode of the Pals Podcast. I am your co-host, Dani Galarno.
And I am Ricky Liordi. And Dani, who did we have on today?
We had Obie on the podcast. He is reality star, fitness influencer, social media.
Persona. Yeah, he was
Everything.
on. Yeah, he was on Too Hot to Handle, so you might recognize him from that. He's going to be on a new show that's coming out any minute now. But it was actually really nice to talk to him about his life. Like, I was honestly expecting more to talk about reality TV, but we kind of got into like mental health and career shifts and identity crises almost.
Yeah, and like I feel like a lot of the times too, like when we have reality stars on the podcast who have been on shows, we'll talk like deep like things about the actual show, but it was just more about who he is and who he is behind the camera, like outside of the camera without the lights flashing and all that kind of stuff, which was refreshing. And I think it's a good perspective into who he is as a person, and that you just don't get to see on TV sometimes.
Yeah, and we always say this. Like, one of the things we love about this podcast is finding out things about people that you can't Google. Like, we always joke that that's the goal of this podcast. And
he literally said, I don't think you can see this on Wikipedia yet.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what we want. Like, we want something different, something that you can't just Google about someone.
Well, and just in general, too, I feel like online and because of the show, like, you look at him, you're like, he's a, tall, dark, and handsome. And you think about him as, like, kind of a playboy, but then you see this side of him, and it's like, that man's got a big fucking heart, and that man cares a lot. And, he's trying to figure it out, just like the rest of us are trying to figure it out, too. So, yeah, honestly, Obie, thank you for coming on. Thank you for being a pal. Thanks for being fucking awesome. And I really think you guys are going to love listening to this episode because, like, even me as a co-host, like, I enjoyed listening to this episode. There's so many times I wanted to talk, and I'm like, he's going. I'm enjoying listening to him.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And thanks for coming on and being a pal. And what do we say, Rick?
Let's fucking go. Cheers.
Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for coming on. Let's go. Let's start rolling. Let's do this thing. I feel like we've been trying to get you on for like a while now. I feel like it's like when me and you first spoke, it's probably like a year ago.
Yeah. And at the time, I was a little bit like unknown with my living situation in Toronto. I didn't know if I was staying or if I was going back to LA. I was kind of like, in that weird limbo phase. But regardless, I'm glad I'm here.
Fuck, I'm glad you're here too. Okay, so tell us we just literally talked about it, but tell us how you got from Winnipeg to Toronto to LA. Like, give us the background story.
Okay, so
because I don't want to say anything I might regret, but I'm like, there are not many black people in Winnipeg.
No, they're not.
But you must have stood out like a sore thumb.
I did, but okay. So and this is hilarious because a lot of people don't know that I grew up in Winnipeg, and when I say grew up, I mean like my knowledgeable years. Like so backstory about myself. I'll give you guys a rundown. I doubt you can find this on Wikipedia yet.
I'll let you know in 30 seconds when you tell me.
But I was born in Nigeria. I was born there. I grew up there until like about 10, 11 years old. And me and my family, we moved from Nigeria. We left. We moved. We were originally supposed to move to Toronto, but the housing market, you know how it is, right? Yeah. So our real estate agent was like, "Hey, listen, guys, like your budget with what you're looking for, like my dad was looking for like a 3-4 bed at the time, couldn't afford it. So the agent was like, I found a house. It's not in Ontario. It's in Winnipeg, but it's 4 beds, 2 bath like you want. Do you want to take it?" And like, mind you, we have no idea where Winnipeg is at the time, right? So my dad was like, yeah, sure, we'll take it. He's like, okay, it's really, really far from Ontario. You don't mind, right? We're like, no. At that time, we're like at an Airbnb trying to buy a house.
But you also don't really know anything about Canada at the time either, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So where we swindled, maybe, I think we were a little bit, but.
Have you seen snow at this point in your life?
No, that's the crazy part. My first time ever seeing snow was moving into that house. Like we moved in like a July, August, and then like you know how we don't get snow in Toronto until like December, right? Bro, September, I remember this date. September 23rd, I come outside, there's white stuff falling from the sky.
My man's just like, fuck this, bring me back to Nigeria.
Right? That was the first. So lived in Winnipeg from like age 11, did middle school, did high school there, and then I moved to Toronto for university. I went to Ryerson, and I just loved it here so much that I just ended up staying after I graduated. And so my beginning phase of life was in Winnipeg. So I grew up playing hockey. I grew up snowboarding. I was shotgunning beers with the white kids. Like, that was my thing, and sometimes till this day, like, I'll have friends look at me and be like, yo, you're kind of whitewashed a little bit. I'm like, yeah, I know. I mean,
like, Winnipeg is, like, you are in rural Canada. Like, there's, like...
Bro, I remember we used to have like, because when I played on the hockey team and the football team, like, we would have games in like across like against other provinces, and we would have to go play like Saskatchewan, and like there's people that's never been to like Saskatchewan in their life, and I've been there probably like 10 times. You know what I mean?
Never
right?
to Saskatchewan.
Like, so I feel like it's a whole Toronto thing, though. I feel like a lot of people in Toronto don't realize there's like other places in the country that's not Toronto.
No,
Montreal.
it's Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver,
and then that's it. That's
nowhere else in Canada exists.
Yeah.
During this is a little random, but during COVID, like, that time where like you couldn't really travel internationally, I was still traveling a little bit. I actually went to Halifax because I'm like, I feel like I've been to Vancouver before. Like, obviously I've been to Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa, but I'm like, I've never really visited like anywhere else in Canada.
Yeah.
So me, my mom, my dad, and me, we went to Halifax, Halifax, Nova Scotia, and we like did a weekend out there. We shockingly had a really good time.
Apparently it's beautiful.
Halifax?
Yeah.
Apparently it's
I've
really,
never
really
been.
beautiful.
Look,
what's the city in Halifax?
so Halifax is a city. The province is Nova Scotia.
Yeah, okay.
And Halifax is like one of the biggest cities in the Maritimes, I think.
Okay.
I know someone's either going to call me an absolute idiot or like,
No,
I got
I
this
think
right.
you are
I was
correct.
gonna say,
You're correct.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
But I've never been to Saskatchewan. I've never been to the Peg.
Yeah.
And did you
I
know
love that you call it the
Peg?
Peg.
Bro, I know. Do you know Hannah Blatt? She was a squash player out there, cute little blonde. She's roughly your age.
Squash player, bro.
Now she's a pro pickleball player.
No way. Hannah
she's
Black.
from Hannah.
Honestly, I'm a face person, bro. Like,
Maybe
and this
so.
is like a real problem in my life. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad when somebody's like, "Oh, do you know this person?" 80% of the time, I probably do know the person. I just have to see a photo.
Okay, but what do you say when you run into that person? Hi, nice to see you, or hi, nice to meet you?
Oh, that bites me in the butt every time, bro. That like fucks me.
We're gonna
up
run
every
into him in like
single
6
time.
months. Right?
You're
Like,
like-
nice to meet you. It's like, bro, we had you on the podcast.
No.
we sat down for an hour and chatted.
No, but the thing is, you gotta say it with like so much love and smile and like energy that, like, because you know the person, you just don't know their name,
Yeah.
right?
See,
So if you're like, "Hey, what's up? Like, nice to meet you. Like, nice to see you."
No,
Like,
you always say nice to
Nice
see
to
you.
see you.
Yeah,
nice to see
Nice
you.
to see you always. I had to
Yeah.
like train one of my friends because it got to the point where like I'd have people over and she'd meet these people like time weekend after weekend after weekend. I'm like, we just spent a whole weekend with them and you're gonna say nice to meet you again? Like, no, switch it up. Nice to see you always.
Yeah.
Nice to see you always.
I don't know if there's, the way my mind works is like, I'm really good at faces. Like, if I see your face and we even have a hi, hello conversation, not even anything predominant, I will remember your face forever.
Yeah.
Ask me what your name is, couldn't tell you. For the life of me, I
Yeah,
couldn't tell you.
What'd you study in university?
I did business management.
Okay. What did you want to be when you grew up, when you were in university?
Oh, I wanted to be in the CFL.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What position?
Running back.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Were you good enough?
I was. It's too many concussions.
Yeah, that's tough.
I suffered severely. I think on the record, I think I had 8 concussions throughout
That's
my
brutal.
college and high school career. Because I also played rugby as well, and rugby is no equipment. Right?
Rugby's fucked. I played
But,
rugby too a bit.
yeah.
It's fucked.
In terms of injuries, I never broke a bone. I never tore anything. It was just straight head
Your
injuries.
brain is your
yeah.
fucking
That's
brain, man.
Bro.
The most important part.
Yeah,
so.
I had a very, very difficult conversation with my doctor. We sat down, and this is actually a really like massive turning point in my life where I realized like the dream had to take a pivot. But I was sitting down. I went to visit my doctor. He sat me down. He was like, "Bro, like you keep doing this, like you're gonna be a vegetable, bro. Like you probably have like 2 more serious head injuries and
You're done,
like type of thing." And
when was your first one?
I was probably like 13, 14 at the
I
time.
was just playing football.
Yeah.
Would you like? How
I've
does it
been-
go?
I've
Do you
been
see
stretched off
stars
the
or?
field like 3 times. I've had like my my brain functions in a really, really weird way. And I get like a lot of migraines, and I get in like random moods and stuff like that. And it's affected me over time, right?
Of course.
And I'm so glad that I had that conversation with my doctor, and I just instantly stopped, because like you've heard the stories of like, you know,
Bro,
like
the movie Concussion,
and all that
the movie
stuff.
Concussion,
And,
right?
bro, my life could have been ruined from the sport.
Buddy, for sure.
But you're lucky you actually listened, because so many people don't take the advice from the doctors.
Yeah.
So, but think about that's the tough parts. Like you know, especially some of these guys in the States, like you come from nothing. They grind their ass off. They have this God-given talent that they were put on this earth to do this one thing, and you make it, and you know that if you just keep playing, you've got your lottery ticket and you've got the winning numbers. You just got to keep playing. That's when it's so tough to stop, right? Like that's when it's like, you know, like look at Tua right now, man. Like that's a great talent. That guy was put on this earth to play this sport. Now you see him, it's like, you need to stop right now, because something really bad can happen. So it's a football player in the NFL that he had like a really bad concussion on the field, and now he's keep playing, but now he kind of like, he's not as good as he was 2 years ago. And anyways, but
I can't say that I was put on this earth to play football. Like, was I better than average? Of course. But my whole story was just like, I was just a grinder. Like, I was just that guy that would show up an hour early and show up, like, you know, stay till an hour later, like just grinded it out. And everything I did was like, my mind was focused on, you know, CFL. My mind was focused on, like, I remember I was 17 at the time, and I played Team Canada for rugby. And they when they flew me out, they were like, hey, listen, like we really like you. We want to see you succeed in this sport. Like, we're thinking about, you know, offering you a scholarship for rugby. I was going to go to BC to play rugby. And I was like, nah, like I want to play football. Like it's always been that. And it just sucks, right? Like,
yeah, it's a tough one.
Getting that taken away from you. But then like, I think about the positives of it. Like, having that taken away from me ended up opening so many other doors for me, where it was like, I mean, minus the whole depressive phase that I went through in that time, where it was like, I mean, everything kind of shuts down, because you're sitting there, you're like, this is something that I've been working towards my entire life. What do I do now? You know, and that really, really hit me. And yeah, I was depressed. I sat alone in my, because I was in college at the time, so no family, no friends, in a new city, like all by myself. And like, this was my second year, and just.
So you're still a kid.
Yeah. I vividly remember like asking myself, crying myself to sleep, like, what do I do with my life now? You know, like you go from practicing every day, working out every day, training every day, and then you're just like,
It's like you feel like you're gonna lose a part of your identity, but
it was a part of
like,
my identity that
there's like
I
a
lost.
new part of you that you have to kind of unlock and like figure out afterwards.
Exactly. So although that was taken away from me, I ended up gaining a new version of myself. You know, I started after I went through the depressive phase that I speak of, I finally like dusted it off, picked myself up, and I started training. I started working out again, because that was something I always loved, you know. And in doing so, I got approached by several people, like friends, and they were like, hey, like, you seem like you know what you're doing in this gym thing. Like, you know, you should teach me.
You're built like a Greek god. Can you teach me how to be built like that?
And so
we need Gio to like superimpose a picture of you topless right here, just so they can see how fucking jacked you are.
Right? And so I just started training all my friends, and at first I was doing it for free, but then it started getting overwhelming, and then I was like, you know what? Let me start charging people for it. And that was when I started making money off of just like training people. And I was like, yo, you know what? This is something I could do. This is something I could, you know, take for the ride. So I went out and got my certifications and started my online training and this and that. And like, I don't know if you know what F45 is. I worked at F45, so I got certified as a.
Bro, come on! You think I don't know what F45 is?
Yeah, no. A lot of people don't.
The disrespect right now, man. Come on!
I just invited you.
Like a berries guy. I don't know.
She does it too.
You know what? I invited him. I went to F45 last Thursday. I invited him, and he goes, "Nah, you know what? I'd rather go to berries." Yeah. So you were far off.
You were like a berries guy, and like not to diss on berries, but I saw this. Sorry, my brain is like.
No, you're good, bro.
So I'm jumping.
I'm trying really. I got a question that I want to ask, but your storytelling. No, your storytelling.
No, you're good.
Okay, so I want to ask, because there's a lot of people that are going to go through what you went through, where they feel like their life is coming to an end, and it's like they're in this lost identity phase. What are things that you did to get out of that helped you move forward, or what advice would you give to someone that's in a similar spot to you were?
Soak it in, let it hit. You know, a lot of people try to like disassociate from it, and that's not really, all you're doing is just like shoving it down, and then eventually it's going to come back up, right? So sit with that emotion, you know, stew in it for a week, for 2 weeks, whatever it is that you need, you know what I mean? Cry it out and like actually deal with the emotions that's coming with that loss of whatever that old self of you was, right? Really, really sit with it, because I didn't even know I was doing this, but that's what I did, right? I literally went dark. Like I spoke to nobody for weeks, and I just sat with myself and just thought about it, and like actually, and then eventually you'll start feeling like, okay, that's enough. Like I'm tired of just being, you know, by myself and lonely and crying. Let me actually get up and do something. And until you get that like feeling, just sit with the emotion. Like let it actually
process.
Exactly. That's what I'm looking for. Let it actually hit. Because a lot of people are like, oh, okay, well, that's done. Like, I'm going to jump onto this other thing next. And it's like, you haven't taken the time to process this loss, because it is a loss.
Yeah, you got to grieve it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I did. That's what worked for me. Some people find it better to just like, you know, keep it moving and keep it pushing. But I think that's actually detrimental in the long term, because it will come back. And it will haunt you, and it will.
Well, you're not working through it. Like, that's why people go to therapy. That's why people journal. That's why people like kind of go through, because you have to go through the emotions.
You really do. And I didn't understand that, you know, until later on, when people were like, how did you, like this question that you asked me now, like, how did you figure out, like, how, you know, like that was such a big part of your life. Like I have friends that like are in the CFL now, you know, and they're like, bro, like, how did you like realize that? Like, what did you do? Like, I would have lost my mind if football was taken away from me like that. And I'm like, honestly, bro, I just cried.
Well, like I feel like with guys
like,
too,
I took it in, like, you know, and
like there was a stigma about like guys crying or being able to have like certain type of emotion, but like we're all human. Everyone should have those emotions and be allowed to share them. I'm a huge
advocate for mental health, especially for men, because my goodness, bro, like I don't know. I was 17 when I moved out of my parents' home, right? So it was just me, my emotions, and myself. I moved out. I was by myself in a brand new city, knew nobody, had no connections, had no money, and it was just me and my emotions. And I really, really learned to like, you know, control it and like in manifestation and all these other little things that I learned all by myself. And it's like, if I wasn't a master of my emotions, I wouldn't be here where I am today. So if you're a guy out there and you're listening, bro, cry, let it out sometimes. You know, if you got to do it in private, like do that stuff in private and just sit with emotions, bro, because the more you bottle up, like one day you're gonna explode, man, and you might do something that you'll regret for the rest of your life, you know. So
that gave me chills.
Yeah,
I'm a big advocate for mental health too, especially with men.
Yeah.
I always say this: the idea of like macho men can't cry, men got to be tough, suck it up, blah blah blah. You're similar to me, like you're a fit dude. I've run marathons, I've done Ironman, high rocks, I can fucking bench whatever. I can do all the manly things. Sitting down and looking in the mirror and having deep and dark conversations with yourself when you're at your worst, that's fucking hard.
Yeah.
That makes you a man. Having fucking fast cars, cool watches, and fucking hot girls, that doesn't make you a man. That doesn't. It's fun.
I was going to say, it's really
fun. Don't get me wrong. But when I'm at my worst, do you think I care about any of that shit? No, man. I just want to be okay with myself. I want to love the person I see in the mirror.
Oh my God, bro. If you can't spend time by yourself, and I think this is like a real problem in our generation now. Like if you can't spend time alone with like if you really want to see if you're a man, bro, spend a week by yourself. No
travel
contact,
alone,
bro. Travel alone. No contact with the outside world. Yeah. Bro, I promise you, like, you will realize a lot of things about yourself that you didn't know.
Well, I think like too, like living alone. Like a lot of people can't live alone. Whereas like I'm too good at living alone sometimes.
I think I got really good at it.
I got too good at it.
I know exactly what you're talking
about. But like
about.
I think it was so important for me to be able to live by myself, and like I live with sisters, friends, like family. But living by myself, I feel like that's where I learned the most about who I was.
Yeah. I think growing up with sisters also helped me understand my emotions as well too, because I mean, listen, it's a superpower being able to like, because I say this all the time. I was raised by women, right? That's why I'm so in touch with my emotions. My mom, my two sisters, they raised me. Like my dad was there, but he was just like too busy, always at work, like, you know. So I spent a lot of time with my sisters and a lot of time with my mom, right? So I think this is where a little bit of the womanizing trait comes from, is because I understand women so much in that sense, where it's like, I don't know if I'm using my powers for good sometimes. You know what I mean? Like I think I've used those powers because once you understand the way a woman's mind works, you can, you know, use it for good or for bad. And sometimes I tiptoe on the line, but I genuinely believe that they helped me realize like emotions are okay. It's okay to cry as a man. It's okay to, you know, talk about your feelings as a man. And
do you think you're a mama's boy?
Oh, hell yes. 100% I'm a mama's boy.
Bro, I say the same thing. People are like, you're a mom's boy. I'm like, have you met my mom? I have the greatest mom in the world. Like,
literally, bro.
Why wouldn't you want to fucking be best friends with her? Are you kidding?
Bro.
I'm like, there are people out there that wish that Danielle's got a great mother too.
Mm-hmm.
There's people out there that grew up without mothers or grew up without mothers that played an integral role in their lives. There are people that wish they had mothers like ours or wish they had relationships with their mothers like we have. And you think I'm going to take that shit for granted? No, man. When my mom goes, knock on wood, I'm not gonna be fucking sitting there crying. Oh, I wish I had more time. No, I'm gonna say, holy fuck, we lived, man. We had some fucking good times together because that's what life's about. So people are like, oh, you're a fucking mom's boy. Yeah, fucking right, man. 100%. Is your mom as cool as mine? Probably not. So fuck right off. I want to go back to the thing about kind of sitting there when you kind of lost yourself. I think it's interesting that you said that because I believe men and women deal with it differently. That's why I want to go to you, Danielle, now. How would you deal with like a lost identity or like a lost when you feel like you're losing yourself? Maybe when you decided to switch from marketing to accounting, how did you process?
I had a very hard time sharing my emotions with people, and I get to the breaking point. And that's where I feel like I've had to work on the past couple of years, switching that off and being able to have like real conversations with myself and with other people around. So it's like me calling someone up and be like, I need help. Like, I just need to talk this out. Like, that's what I need now to kind of not get to the point. And I'm still working on it, I guess, to this day.
And the reason I ask is I read an article a long time ago, maybe a couple of years ago, about how men deal with breakups versus women. Men, they just occupy their mind with other items, whether it's work, other women, hobbies, gambling, drinking, whatever. And then they think they're over the relationship, and then 6 months later, that's when it really hits them. Where women, they're a little bit different. They take the time to cry it out, to talk it out with their friends, to really like grieve the loss of whatever it is.
Bro, I'm telling you.
And then they get over things quickly. That's where I learned it from. It's
from women, bro. I learned how to deal with my emotions from women because those are the exact same steps that I take when I'm dealing with stuff. I sit by myself. I cry it out. I talk. I call my sister. I talk to my sister about it. I call my mom, talk to my mom about it. I talk to people that I can like trust their opinion about it, rather than like trying to like push it down and shove it down and, you know, I'm a guy and I'm gonna rub some dirt on it and just keep it, you know, bro. It honestly, like, it liberates the mind in a completely different way that I just wish more men across the world, across the, like, lifetime have tried to just sit with their emotions, you know? So like I mean, who do you have a person that you speak to when you're going through these
family.
things? Okay, so family.
Who specifically?
Probably Andrea.
Your sister?
Especially now. Because me and Andrea, like, we're so close, but like we're obviously
how far
3 years.
Okay.
Age gap, but
Age gap,
we obviously were sisters.
Are you
we
older
fight.
or younger?
I'm older.
Okay.
Danielle's the oldest.
Yeah. But I just know that I can lean on her for literally anything. But I also have some close friends that I know I can call up and like talk to them with like no judgment, no nothing. Just sit there and listen, and that's what I need.
I didn't have that a few years ago. Like I didn't have friends that I could speak to. And this is another thing as well too. It's also who you surround yourself with. And I think a lot of guys don't have that. They don't have friends that they could call, right, and talk about emotional stuff with, you know. And like for me, for the longest time, I didn't. And now I'm starting to, like, you know, I've now that I've switched my circle, I feel like I do have, you know.
You can call me.
Thanks, man. I feel like I do have like a one or two friend that I know for sure if I call them about some, like, because I can call them about, and we can talk about girls, money, stuff, all of that, right? But if I call them to talk about emotional stuff, I feel like they'll also have that same like attentive listening.
Yeah.
And like, it's so
that's all
good
you
to
want.
have. It's so good to have.
Well, it's even like my mom. Last week, I felt so bad for her because she's literally a superstar. But like my youngest sister's in Boston in university
Okay.
was having a tough week. My other sister was having an awful week with work, and I was just being annoying. So my mom's just like sitting there as the sounding board. She like calls someone up. She goes, "Holy fuck! Like I just need a break for a minute. Can everyone just have a good week, please?" Like 'cause we were just like pouring everything on her.
Yeah.
But like we're so lucky to be able to have that.
Yeah. Do you know what the tough part is for men? And again, I read this somewhere else too. Men, whereas women know they can call their girlfriends and they'll listen and they have that emotional maturity a lot of times. Whereas men don't feel that they could do that with their male friends. And it's like, I forget the stat, but it's maybe, let's say, half of men think that their male friends don't want to hear them talk about their emotions, when in reality, that's not true. And my example is when I suffered from depression, I was maybe 26, 27 in that time. My roommate at the time, who's one of my best friends, we've been best friends since we were 10 years old. Like, you know, when his parents got divorced, like I was there for him the whole time. When I was going through my shit, I didn't even tell him because I just didn't want to burden him with my issues. And I'm like, you know, he's got enough going on his plate. He's got his own shit. He doesn't want to deal with mine.
You know, I'll tell you this though. I'm kind of like the same way where I automatically assume like I'm bothering people when I try to tell them what's going on in my life. And I came to the realization that it's because I bet like you already gave me like a heads up, like, hey, listen, if you ever want to talk, you can come talk to me, right? See, I already know the kind of person you are. You're like, hey, like unload on me, pause, unload on me, like, right? Like give me all your problems, right? But I'll never give you mine because I care too much to put my problems on you. I used to be that way. Yeah. But then I realized, yo, you're a human being, I'm a human being. If you can unload on me, I'm going to be able to unload. Why do I keep saying unload?
Trauma dump.
Yeah. If you can trauma dump on me, I can trauma dump on you as well too. And until I came to that realization, I used to like fester and like hold up everything to my chest, and I didn't want to let anybody in.
Well, and again, it's like, and I'm not going to pump my own tires here, but it's like a good-looking male that can get girls and has a good job and comes from a good family. I always thought, like, people are going to look at me and be like, what do you mean you're depressed? Like, fuck you. You've got the whole world in the palm of your hands. It's like,
oh, man.
Bro, like that, again, when you're at your worst, none of that matters, right? So I remember my best fucking friend, when he found out, he looked at me, he's like, bro, what the fuck? Why didn't you tell me? And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't want to burn him. Like, he's like, he looked at me, he's like, bro, I'm actually mad at you. Like, we've been best friends for fucking 15 years and you're not going to tell me you're going through something like that? He's like, you were there for me. I can't be there for you. Like, and he was like, not like mad angry, but like he was hurt because he's like, man, like I feel so shitty that I couldn't help you when you helped me. And it made me realize that like, if you've got a good circle of friends, which, you know, I'm assuming you do, Danielle does, I do. Yeah. Like they want to help you when you're facing those tough battles because they know roles reversed, they would be coming to you. And that's when it started to like, it's the flip switched in my mind, because before that I didn't want to burden anybody. I had a therapist and I had my mom, and that was the only people I really talked about it. Now I'm open about it because I'm like, fuck, like I didn't burden my best fucking friend because I didn't think he wanted to hear my problems. Meanwhile, he's actually mad that I didn't tell him because he's like, I want to be there for you. That's the whole point of fucking friendships. It's easy to be friends with someone when you're at the top. It's who's there for you when you're at the bottom that really matters, right? So anybody listening, if you're going through something, open up to your best friends. Trust me, it's the best thing you can fucking do.
I also just think one thing that keeps getting repeated is like you didn't want to put your problems onto someone else. You didn't want to burden someone else. But sometimes just talking about it, like you're not actually unloading your problems onto them. Yeah. They're just a listening board.
Yeah.
I hate that we call it, you know, dumping, trauma dumping, unloading, whatever the hell we're calling it. Like, it's just a conversation, right? And we like that just has such bad stigma around it, like unloading, trauma dumping, like just those phrases. It sounds like you're like doing something bad.
Yeah, here's the best thing. Men get together to watch sports, drink beers, and talk about girls all the time. Yeah, we do that shit regularly. Why can't we have beers, watch sports, talk about our problems? It's the same fucking shit because respectfully, women probably make up a quarter of our problems. Respectfully, right? Like, you know, so I never understood. Now, again, it comes with emotional maturity. I'm 35 now, so it's a little bit different. But to anybody listening, just remember this. This was important. And I didn't think we were going to talk about this. Holy fuck, great.
Me neither, but
great. I think this is actually great for people listening because fuck. This is a conversation that more men need to have, especially when they see men like you talking about stuff like this. Like,
and I think that's why I've bestowed this power onto myself to like really, really try and talk about it as much as I can in any situation that I'm in. Like, I will always be the one that be like, yeah, bro, I cry sometimes, man. Like, you don't cry? You gotta try it, man. Like, and I always be that guy because I'm like, I want to release that stigma of like, no, man, don't cry, this and that. Like, bro, because it helped me so much. It helped me so much.
Well, I kind of want to bring that part into, so you were on Too Hot to Handle.
Mm-hmm.
How did that show kind of affect you mentally, like your mental health? Like, did it affect you in any way?
Yeah, like being on the show didn't affect.
I love the chuckle. Oh, yeah. Well, listen up to this one.
That's also like it's not just like a show. That's a show you go on. You went on as like a womanizer, like everyone.
Playboy.
No, but everyone goes on that show as like a Playboy type thing.
Right. I mean, I think, for one, I didn't know I was going to be on the show. I'm going to be very clear about that. Until this day, people ask me and they think I'm lying. I actually did not know I was going to be on the show.
Don't they tell you it's a different show?
Yeah. So the agreement I signed, the contract I signed said, right on the very top, big bold letters, Parties in Paradise. That's what it was called. I thought I was going on a show to party with hot girls and get fucked up, and that was it.
Hey, fuck, not a bad day at work.
That's what I thought I was doing, right? And mind you, we filmed during COVID, right? So while everybody was at home, stuck, unable to fly, they
glued in.
They used the Netflix powers to finesse the airports and fly me internationally to Turks and Caicos on a beach with a bunch of beautiful girls. Like, that in itself was what I wanted to do. Now, fast forward, getting there, like, I land at the airport. Everybody's like, the people that came to pick me up, they all had t-shirts, and the t-shirt said Parties in Paradise. So like, even at this point, like, I have caught a flight. I have done all my interviews. I've done all my things. I've caught a flight. I'm there.
You're like, I haven't left the house in a bit. I'm ready to party.
Yeah, like, I'm still in my head. Parties in Paradise. Parties in Paradise.
You probably didn't drink for like 2 months, like just making sure your abs were abbing, right?
Hell yeah.
You were fucking ready to rock and roll.
I was drinking wine and stuff like that, but like,
classy.
Like, exactly. Right? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Trying again to just look my best and obviously do all of that stuff. But to answer your question, it wasn't the show that messed me up mentally. It was what came after the show. It was what came with being on the show, right? So, oh man.
No, because we talked about this. Like, we had someone from Big Brother on, and we're just talking about like how we think that like after all these reality TV shows, there should be some sort of like mental health.
And they do provide a
lot.
They do provide a therapist for you to speak with. I spoke with her. She was amazing. But it's just so broad and it's not very personalized. Like, she has to listen to the entire cast, right? Like, you're just another,
Netflix contestant.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's not very personalized. Like, shout out them for even trying, though.
Yeah,
that's
real.
good that you're trying.
That is nice.
Right,
It's a step in the right direction for sure.
But at the same time, it wasn't, So getting off the show, and that's crazy that you say, it's crazy that you say you think I'm taller in person, because getting off the show, the first thing that happened to me was I was trended on TikTok as Short King, right?
See, I'm like, I thought you were fucking short.
Right,
I didn't think you were short,
no,
but I thought you were like smaller than me.
Right? Because the girl on the show had declined a date with me, had turned me down after a date because she said that I was shorter than the kind of guys that she usually goes for. Boom, immediately Short King trending on TikTok.
Fuck her. No, I'm kidding.
No, she's an amazing girl.
Nah, fuck that shit now. I'm teasing.
No. But that started its own thing. And like, I didn't even think of myself as short until I...
Fuck, did I push a button when you said I said that? My bad, bro.
I was like, you look really...
But this is just another one of those things that didn't happen to me until after the show, right? So, and then, whatever. I'm like, hey, whatever. It's just people's trolls online. I'm not going to, feed into it, right? And then minus that, like, your reality starts to warp as well too, right? So coming off the show, you're on this amazing high. The show just aired. Like, everybody, like, people want to see you. People like care about what you're doing in your everyday life. So you're posting as much as possible. You're trying to gain as much followers and as much attention. And you're locking in brand deals. Everything's going great. Everything's going amazing. But nobody talks about that weird turning point where it like just shuts down. All right. Now you're this face that's known. You're this face that's like recognizing damn near everywhere you walk into, but you're dead broke. You got $0 to your name. Like you're struggling to like make ends meet. And in your head, you're like, yo, I'm still that person, but I don't feel like that person anymore, right? So what do you do now? Right? Okay, so I'm gonna go work a regular job now, right? So now you're putting in job applications and you're like, wait, but like I don't want people to see me at this establishment and be like, oh, this is that guy from Netflix and now he's, serving my table. Like, whoa, So
it's a weird turn.
No,
it puts you in a very strange situation, and you're like, how do I deal with
this?
this?
Well, it's like the season's done, it's aired. You do all like the promo. A couple months later, everyone gets together. Then you have all like the brand deals and everything. Everyone goes out to LA, all that.
Yeah.
A couple months after that, it's like, okay, next season's
now
out.
What? You're
now the new cast is coming in, so it's like, how do you kind of keep going about?
I'll ask you this: what do you think said reality TV stars do with their lives? Say, because I was 21 years old when I did when I filmed Too Hot to Handle. I remember turning 21 at the airport. It was a week before New Year's because my birthday is December 11th, right? So it was a week or two before New Year's, and I just turned 21, and I was a kid, 21 years old.
Well, your life's just starting. Like your mental, but your frontal lobe hasn't developed yet.
Exactly. So by the time it aired, I was 22 because it took a year for them to edit, right? After it aired, let's say a year after it aired, I ended up moving to LA. Right, so I lived in LA for like 2 years, and then I came back. Right, in that 3-year span, I have never lived my life so fast, like ridiculously fast. You know what I mean? And I learned a lot about myself. I saw a lot of, the curtain was pulled back, and I got to see the behind the scenes of the stuff that we all look up to genuinely. And I mean, maybe you guys don't, but it's just stuff that I used to look up to. Like, oh my God, like this guy's so cool. He's an actor. He's this,
sex, drugs, and rock and roll, man.
Yeah, man. It's like
it's Hollywood.
Yeah, I got to see the behind the scenes of Hollywood, and it really opened my eyes, right? And then I realized, yo, this isn't necessarily what I want for myself. So I left LA. Everybody's like, what? Why would you leave LA? This and that. I'm like, you don't get it. You probably never will until you see some of the stuff that I seen, right? And coming back to Toronto, bro, you're an E-list celebrity, right? So it's like you still have people like, oh, like you'll take a photo, like, this and that, or like, oh, you're that guy.
But that doesn't pay the bills.
That doesn't pay the fucking bills, bro. So you're running around here, you're like trying to figure your shit out, trying to make sure that you're good, you're staying afloat, like barely goddamn surviving. And then, so you're like, okay, what do I do in my life now? You know what I mean? I'm like, I remember vividly getting approached because I just did another TV show. And in my head, I'm like, do I want to put myself through this again? Do I want, like, to answer your question, do I want to go through what I just went through? Like,
well, you just got out of it, basically.
You know what I mean? Because I finally was just starting to, like, figure my shit out. Move on from reality TV. Yeah. And it's like, bro, I get this whisper. I get this, like, I have this devil on my shoulder, an angel on my shoulder. And it's like,
come here, come do it.
Yeah, you got
come,
this
Obie.
Guy, you got this guy on the side. He's going, bro, like,
the social media numbers are going down.
Come you know what I mean?
I'll get them back up. Come on, buddy.
Like, you're gonna be a one-hit wonder. Like, you don't want to do another one. Like, you sure? Like, and you got this guy on the side, bro. Just like walk away from it, bro. Like, it's done. It's over with. Leave it in the past. Move on.
Be a personal trainer. Yeah. You know how much you love that shit.
Yeah. And I'm like,
I'd be a good devil and a good angel on the shoulder.
Yeah,
man.
you sound like
I could do this shit, man. I could do this shit.
Exactly like them, bro. And,
he hears them a lot.
Yeah, fuck. I do hear them a lot. I hear them every fucking day, man. Fuck.
I was gonna say you sound like you've been through this. I don't know. I gave in. I did it. Not like I regret it. It's a pretty cool. Like it's
you only live once.
It's a pretty cool experience, and I hate to sit up here and whine and cry and act like I don't love it. I loved it. I love everything that it comes with. But my goodness, nobody really understands like the dark side of it. To answer your question,
what's one thing you would do differently this time, like afterwards?
I am doing it. I'm doing it right now because I just filmed a new one and it's coming out literally this month. In like 2 weeks, it's going to be out on the 13th. So what I'm doing differently is literally trying to live in the moment. You know, I hate to be that guy, but I let the cloud get to my head, bro. I let the fucking cloud get to my head. And in my honest opinion, I think that's what set me up for failure. You know, I didn't plan out what the next year or two would look like. I was so focused on the now. I was so focused on the like, this is so much fun. Like, but again, like, I was a kid, you know? Now I'm 26 years old. It's been
respectfully, you're still a kid. You're still a fucking kid, buddy. Get out of here.
I hear you, but
no,
my goodness, like the drastic difference, right? Yeah. From 21 to 26. Yeah, like I don't know if you remember. 100%. It's been a while.
I know I had fun, but you can tell by the grays on my fucking face. It's been a while.
I don't know if you remember, but my goodness, it's a drastic. You know, you talk about frontal lobe development. That didn't happen until 26 for me.
Yeah, okay? It's still happening.
It's still happening as we speak, right? But I don't know the things that I care about now. Like I have had all the sex. I've had all the fun, all the fast cars in Miami and LA, and lived a fast life and lived in Tulum and did all the fun drugs and party and drinks and all of that stuff. And I'm glad I lived that life. But at the same time, when I look at my bank account, I'm like, man, like all that money you wasted, bro, like you could have saved it. You could have done, you know, but at the same time, like all the experiences that I gained, that's why I'm kind of happy for round two, because it's like now
you can do it differently.
Yeah, that stuff doesn't excite me anymore. You know, I had a club promoter hit me up and I was like, hey, listen, like when this airs, like we're gonna do an event, like we want you to come out. And like back in the day, that would have been like, what?
Yeah.
You wanna,
bro, let's call the boys.
Yeah, let's put my face on the flyer. Let's go. Let's do it. And I'm like, now I'm like,
I kind of want to be home by midnight.
But yeah, like I don't know, my back hurts, my knees hurt. Like
you're
I don't
also
know, bro.
still so young to be able
true.
to change, like go on another career path if you wanted to, or like build something else, go on another show, like 10 more shows if you wanted to. Like you're still like you're only 20. I switched careers,
but it doesn't feel like that for me.
Oh no.
Like I know I sound crazy. But my God, I feel like I'm 35.
Like you've lived and you think about it.
He makes like 35 years old.
Like if you think about it, you've lived a quarter of your life. Like just over.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
It's going to be a quarter. You're going to live to roughly 100, give or take.
No.
My man's going to live longer. Eh?
Average lifespan
like
is 75.
Yeah.
Okay.
75.
Just over a quarter of your life. Just over a quarter of your life.
Yeah.
There's still so much of it to live.
Yes, there is. I'm not gonna be a reality star forever. That's not the plan, right?
No, but you could also use that for stepping stones, or even the show right now. But that's what I'm saying. Like you can switch, like you can do whatever career you want still.
Right. Yeah. Oh my God, I remember I tried to go into sales, and I was really good at it because I'm a yapper, right?
Yeah.
I can sell anything, right? But in doing it, and I was like, and this is another thing as well too. I'm. Death to ego. Oh my God, death to ego. Because I'm a very like, I'll be in the middle of like, say like, I'm in a job interview and they're like, oh, like, what do you want? Or like, you know, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10? I'm like, not here. And immediately the guy's like, what? Yeah, okay, yeah, so we're not going to hire you.
I was like, okay, thanks. We'll let you know. We're
yeah.
I think I just saw a meme of this on like TikTok the other day. Was it you?
No, it wasn't me. But that's how I feel though. You know what I mean? Like you speak of stepping stones. I can't even find a stone to step on because in my head I'm like, I'm too cool for this stone. Like I'm too big for the stone. Like why am I even using this? And it's gotten me nowhere because I keep losing out on opportunities because I think there's something greater coming. Right. So I don't know. What's your advice?
At least you're becoming self-aware of it, though.
That's
Like the fact that
step.
that's the first step. Like you can talk about it and you can admit, yeah, okay, my ego gets in the way. So maybe the
It
next opportunity
really
that comes
does.
up,
Oh my god!
even if
that's
it's like the
she's
smallest one,
100%
go to the smallest event, even though you think you're way too big for it. And at least you're there. Go to one. That's all that counts.
Sometimes the opportunities that you don't think are opportunities are the biggest ones, right? Like, God, there's so many things I wanted to say too, but you're
okay.
man, you're such a good storyteller.
Bro,
I
you
could
gotta
listen to you
stop
talk
me because
No,
I will
man,
yap. I will
could
keep
listen to you
going.
talk all day, man. I'm enjoying listening to this podcast, like, and I'm on it. No, but when I was 25, I was in a different career path, and I went to go switch to my family business. And then during COVID, me and my best friend started an app. And I was always a hustler. I was always working. I did nightclub promo. I always, made money, figured out a way to make money. All the money I made doing nightclub promo, I had a cement truck company with my brother and a good friend. We sold that, made a good amount of money. So I turned this nightclub money into like real money. Then that real money I threw into an app with my best friends during COVID. Lost all of it. Lost every fucking penny of it. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, fuck, man. Like, I could have used that money to do so many other things. But then you get older, you're like, I can still make more money. That experience that I had was fucking priceless. Oh, sorry. No, it wasn't priceless. I could put a price on it. I can tell you exactly how much it got. Invaluable, right? So,
Yeah.
And now, like, again, I do this. I still got my day job. I do this TikTok thing. I make a little bit of extra money there. And now I'm investing in all these other businesses now. I'm finding things that I love I told you, the brewery I invested in. There's a cider I invested in. My pickleball team. I got another one coming up. And all my friends are like, but do you think it's a good investment? Like, you invest in a brewery and a cider company. People are drinking less. And I'm like, yeah, but I fucking love it. I love beer. I love cider. I love going to the brewery. I love drinking. I know people are drinking less, but I still love this shit. If I'm going to go down on a ship, I want to go down on the ship I love. Like, I don't enjoy stocks. I don't enjoy real estate. Why am I going to buy a house? And then if the housing market crashes, I'm stuck there saying, fuck, I've got to be a landlord. I hate being a fucking landlord.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? There's always time to make more money. Live the experiences. Have the most amount of fun. And just find things that you love doing.
See, this mentality is what got me literally bankrupt in 2025.
No, but again,
my whole like, oh, I'm gonna make it back mentality, bro.
Wait, you are. You're still here. You're making it back. You're learning those lessons. Now that you're a little bit older, you're saying, hey, I don't care about those things anymore.
Yeah.
What if you didn't do those when you were 21? And now you're 26 and you've never experienced the sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Yeah.
Imagine doing it now at 26 for the first time.
Yeah.
Might be even worse.
Yeah.
At least you figured it out early. Right? There's a lot of it's a
fair.
lesson. It's a price you paid, but at least you paid it and you paid it early. Now you've got the time. You've got your second chance. You could do it differently now.
I can. You're right.
Because I always think the same thing. What if I didn't do that? Well, fuck, I got that experience. Like, what's that experience worth? It taught me so much. Yours taught you a lot. I'm sure there's a lot of things you would do differently back then that you're going to do differently now, and you've got a second shot. It's not like you blew it and life's over and this game's done and that's it. You call it quits. Like, you still got it, bro. You're 26 years old. All the time in the world, man.
No, my problem was never making money. My problem was saving money. Always has been.
Same.
See, but now you know that's
I'm
the
an
first,
accountant.
that's
Still
the
my
first
problem.
step, man. You figured it out.
Right? Like I think like even like what you're saying is like, oh, like I made money here and I reinvested it here. Like I make money to spend. Like I don't make money to say. It's so bad.
So find the things that you could spend it on that'll give you
Joy
or like
oh,
long-term
there's
success.
a list of things that I can spend it on.
Success. Like find the things you
For
love
joy?
to
Oh,
but
man.
find the things you're spending money on and then invest in that. So like for me, I love going for dinners. I love going for dinners and having drinks with my friends. I fucking love it. Even if I'm not drinking, I love going for dinners. I love doing shit. Like
Yeah.
I've always wanted to invest in
I tried to do dry
restaurant.
January, couldn't do it.
Yeah, I just don't enjoy it. Like people, teach on. Shout out to anybody doing dry January or just finishing dry January. It's not for
Yeah.
me. I don't care. I like drinking. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I wanted to invest in an alcohol company. I got one. I got two alcohol companies now. I got a little brewery that I own a small piece of. I'm going to have a little restaurant soon. I got a sporting event that I own a small piece of. I have a second one on the way. There's things that I love sports. I love booze. I love dinners. I love going out. How can I find ways to invest in those where it's like, even if it goes sideways, I enjoyed the process.
Okay, this is actually best example.
This sounds like an old man giving advice.
No,
to a
No,
young
but
guy,
like this is what I needed
So
to
there's
hear.
a reality
though, like,
show that I watch
Okay.
about a bunch of people. Like they started, I think he was like in his late 20s. Okay, so you're still in your late 20s. He was
mid-20s.
Okay.
No, this guy was in his late
Oh, I thought
20s.
you were
Not
talking about
him.
him. Yeah,
No,
sorry.
he was like, I think he started the show when he was 26. Now he's like 40 or like 39. So he's been on the show for a long time. But he was in law school. And it was this whole thing about him passing the bar and becoming a lawyer, blah, blah, blah. He hated it. He was miserable. Like, you could tell it on the show.
I know so many people like that.
And it, like, got, like, to the point where, like, his relationships were bad. And, like, again, this is me as a viewer watching, but everyone, like, it's been a big storyline. He liked sewing. He now has a multi-million-dollar sewing company.
Shut up.
Pillows, sewing pillows. It's a pillow company. And then now he's like, and that's what makes him happy. He used to like distract himself during a breakup on the show by like gardening and doing like renovating his house and doing all this. And then he's like, I liked sewing to distract me from his breakup. And then now he has this like empire over pillows. It's like, you don't know what that thing could be.
You know what? This is a fact because who was I talking to the other day? I was at a dinner with my friend and he brought a girl and she brought her friend and I was talking to her friend and I was like, oh, like, what do you do? She's like, nothing. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah. I'm like, so like, I don't know, like you pulled up here in a Chanel bag, like you look like you got money. You got to be doing something. She's like, no, this is my dad's. I'm like, your dad? What does your dad do? Like, she's like, oh, he's like he. What her dad does, bro? All the garbage trucks. He manufactures the bins for garbage trucks, like all those BFI bins. He owns the freaking company that all BFI does is put their sticker on it, right? He sells the bins to BFI, and I was like,
bro, it's like, not always making money's not always pretty.
I was like, what? That's your dad?
Yeah,
like,
if you
what?
find something that you love doing, there's a way to make money, especially online now. Like, it's like I don't know about you guys. You guys follow the lawn care guys? Like the guys who cut lawns?
Yes. The guy who makes his lawn beautiful?
Yeah, and they got like, but there's some of them that like, they have a landscape business and they just videotape it.
He like went to like Rick Ross's house?
Maybe. So there's two guys. There's one guy who shows the beautiful lawn, but then there's another guy who just goes to random neighborhoods. He owns a landscape company, and he cuts people's lawns. So he shows up to like an abandoned house, knock on the door, find out it's like a 90-year-old lady that lives in there, can't afford it, and he'll go and just mow the lawn. I'll watch that shit for days, and I'm thinking, I'm like, he's got 1 million followers. Each video does a couple million views. I'm like, I know how much I make on Facebook from my views. I'm like, if this guy's doing fucking 10 times the amount of views I'm doing, this guy's probably making 50 G's a month, just making these videos and having people watch them. So, like, again, let's say you enjoy, like, fucking knitting or sewing or something, and you make a couple videos and you're good at it. Not to mention the money you make selling the product, but the content behind it, the story behind it. Like, there's endless amounts of money to be made. So, back to the question now. So, what are you going to do differently this time around?
I think this time around, I'm just like you said, like I've done all the fun party stuff. I think this time around, it's more about just like being more business focused on the aspect of like I said, like planning for what's next year going to look like, what's the following year going to look like, And I used to, I used to be so excited for like brands would hit me up. You're like, yo, we're going to send you this, that. And I wouldn't even like bother to ask how much am I getting paid for this. I'm just excited to get free clothes. I'm just excited to like, I had a jewelry company, like the watch, the chains, like, oh, they will give you all this for free. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Like, I'll post for you guys for sure. I didn't think about the financial aspect of it. I was just like, oh, this is sick. I get to flex on my haters.
Free shit,
like,
yeah.
Like get free shit. So now I'm trying to look at it in a business aspect of it and look at myself as a business rather than just
like, a reality star.
Yeah, just a reality star or influencer or whatever it is. Like I'm looking at myself as how do I like turn this into a business, you know what I mean?
Well, it's like they've been talking about this so much recently too, like how many football players come out of the NFL completely broke and like literally some of them.
Oh yeah, you saw the whole thing about Odell Beckham, right? Coming out.
Oh yeah, him too. Yeah.
OBJ's broke.
Yeah.
Apparently he's like in like a ton of debt and he doesn't actually have that much money. But
bro,
like
he's like selling like game worn sneakers for like 40-50 racks and yeah.
But he's like he makes money, but he's just like I'm broke for the lifestyle I want to live and I've been used to.
Yeah.
But like it's like
you guys heard about the billionaire and the U.S. Olympics team. So a billionaire in the States is donating $100 million to all the American Olympians. So he says for each Olympian that goes, each year you go, you get $200,000. But it's in a savings account and a retirement account. So you're not given a $200,000 check. It's 100K is like when you hit 45 and another 100K when you hit 65. but it's through his investment firm. So he's investing the money. So it's not even costing him whatever that amount of money right now because he's paying it down the road. But it's so true. Like these Olympians get fucking no money. It's not like they're professional athletes where they're getting $1 million signing bonuses. Like, you know, a fucking Olympic rower is not making $100K a year, right? Like they're struggling, some of these athletes. So now at least they have like a retirement plan.
But the thing is, like, I mean, yes, these are some of the best athletes in the world. Granted.
The best.
Yeah, right.
Best.
But also it's just, how are you going to make money off of something that happens once every 4 years?
Well, there's the Olympics, but the Worlds happen, the Nationals. Like there are stuff that happen consistently, right? So
they're
like,
just not as big.
Rowing, there's the Nationals, which is like for your country.
Compare that to the NBA where there's 82 games in a season.
No, but there are professional things like that. It's just not wildly popular.
It's not as popular. It's not as popular. Because the sport's not as popular.
Like I didn't realize how many swimming meets there are.
And people buy tickets to these meets.
Yeah. Or like even like think about gymnastics.
Yeah,
like how many different like gymnastic things. But like when do you watch gymnastics?
The Olympics.
The Olympics. I watch like the
TikTok.
Olympics. On TikTok on the clips.
It comes back to what you're saying. It's like these athletes, how do they turn themselves from an athlete to a brand? You know, like Simone Biles is the best example. She is like the number one like gymnast ever. She was with Nike. Nike didn't want to like, I forget the story, but it's like they didn't want to give her full creative control. And like she ended up leaving Nike to go to like an all woman owned brand name Athleta, I think it's called Athleta, something like that. And because like they stood by her when she dropped out of the Olympics one because of mental health, and like they supported her and they launched her online, gave her like full control. The brand is worth it like 10x since they decided to partner 3 years ago. Like she's going to get a massive chunk of that too. So, you know, Roger Federer is another good one. Okay. He's like a legend, but in tennis, he was with Nike, left Nike to go to On, where he took a percentage of like the business. And now his percentage of On is worth 100 times what his deal with Nike was, right?
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Like and then like just very recently, Steph Curry just left Under Armour and he's gonna go do his own thing now.
Yeah.
So I'm
well,
excited
did you
to
know?
see what
Did
he
you know
does.
who makes the most amount off their shoe deal ever, aside from Jordan? Shaq.
Yeah.
Shaq and his shoe brand was like a Walmart brand.
Yeah, it's like $20 for a pair of Shaqs.
So the story was like some mom was like, my son loves you, but I can't afford these whatever Nikes you're in. And he took that to Reebok or whoever. They said no. He ended up teaming up with someone to launch like affordable shoes that sells in Walmart for $25. So he's made, I think it's aside from like Jordan or LeBron. So he sold the most amount of shoes. I know that. Shaq has sold the most amount of shoes, and then I think he's made the second.
Oh, but Shaq's also just like a serial investor.
Yeah, he's a
my
genius.
God, he owns everything.
But that's like how like he stayed
relevant
and stayed after his career. Like obviously he was a great player, all that kind of stuff, but you have to like he found what
so
he
was
liked.
Odell though. Like there was a time where you couldn't go anywhere without seeing like these kids like with their mohawks, the blonde mohawks, right? Like there was a time where it was like if you're not OBJ, like nobody cared. Like he used to sell out stadiums just by himself, right? 100%. But it's like, what did you do with the bread?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And like I'm no one to talk because I've had like I remember coming off my first show, it was my first ever 5-figure brand deal. I don't know what I did with that money, but it wasn't something good. You know what I mean? So I can't be the one to judge. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, but
like,
we also everyone has to go kind of like learn, like go through stuff, learn lessons.
Yeah. So what am I gonna do different this time?
Save that money.
Yeah. Like actually reinvest that in, maybe not a cement company, but something just as good.
A bin company.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, the BFI bins.
I want to ask you this. I love asking this one. Mm-hmm. When you went on the show, you said it took a year to edit. Mm-hmm. What was that year like? So you're back home, show air. You know the show's going to be a banger. You know your life is going to turn upside down in the best way possible.
Yeah.
As soon as it comes out, what's it like sitting there waiting?
It's a little bit exciting in the sense that like it's kind of gruesome how you like it's messed up. It messes you up mentally because one, you're locked in and you sign an NDA, so you can't say a word about it to anybody, right? People just know you disappeared for like 6 weeks. Nobody knows where you were or what you were doing, right? So you can't say anything about it. 2, you know it's coming. 3, you have to start prepping yourself for this show that's coming. So you're trying to find an agent, but you can't tell them what you need him for yet.
And you can't tell them why you're going to be famous.
Yeah, exactly, or anything yet. until he signs an NDA saying that if you do tell him that, but no agent wants to sign an NDA until they know what it's about, right? So it was the most annoying year of my life. I would give you that. Thankfully, this one that I just did, I filmed it in October. It's coming out in February. What is that?
3 months.
November,
4
December,
months,
January, February. Yeah, 4 months. Right. So compared to the last one, but I mean, it's also Netflix compared to Crave. It's completely different. Probably shouldn't be saying that. but you know what I mean, though. Like that year was one of the hardest years of my life because I'm surrounded by people. I'm still doing my regular. At that time, I was serving at Earl's, and still going to work, still going to school at that time, still doing my regular routine, trying not to, because also I don't know what I'm expecting either. You know what I mean? I don't know what it's like.
But I could just picture you serving a table and someone giving you attitude and you just be like, man, fuck these motherfucker.
Well,
but you know what? The ego hadn't come in yet.
Okay.
The ego hadn't come in yet.
You hadn't felt it yet.
Yeah, I hadn't felt it yet.
You hadn't felt that like little...
Yeah.
I know what you mean. No, because they were just talking about this because, Heated Rivalry?
Mm-hmm.
Like the new show about the two gay hockey players that came out.
Yes, I keep seeing it everywhere.
These guys had like less than 10,000 followers on Instagram each. Did a couple short film acting roles. They made $80,000 for the show. It's one of the biggest shows in North America. It is. And now they're hitting 3 million followers overnight.
Yeah. No,
like that's crazy.
I seen the story about this guy. He was a server, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a server, and
your whole life changes. Now you're modeling. You're going to Milan, Paris, all the fashion weeks. What were you doing yesterday?
Was he at a Grammys or something? Not the Grammys.
Yes, they were at the Golden Globes.
Golden Globes, yes.
They presented.
Okay, I'll tell you this. I've been to the Grammys. Was it the Grammys? Yes. So
how the fuck do you not remember if it was the Grammys or not? Like, are you kidding me, my guy?
I think it was.
That was that ego.
That's the ego. That's the ego. Maybe I'll show up.
I went to the
this
fucking
Grammys. Guy.
I know this is 2 years ago, the 2022 or 2023 one. I can't remember which one it was. But this is just to come back to help you understand that, like, it's doable. Yes, 100% it's doable. But it's like, again, these guys, like, I'm not putting myself up there with them. They're like, these guys they're out of here. You know what I mean? 3 million followers, like, bro, you're doing something right. But I was in the same sort of situation, just like on a lesser level. And I realized one thing. Being in those rooms will cost you something, and not something physical. Mm-hmm. It'll cost you, because I started like caring about things that I didn't care about. Mm-hmm. I started caring about what like how I'm perceived, and like, I started caring about my followers counts. I started caring about things that like I never used to care about. So like I almost missed working at my regular job and like, not being, but I started caring about my looks a whole lot more. And I started caring about like, oh my God, bro. I think there was a time where I wanted to go get Botox because I was like living in LA and everybody was getting Botox. And I was like,
you definitely don't need Botox.
No, but
Ricky,
that's
you do.
Not only is he 26, but he's also black. Black people don't age like white people do, man.
But it's a thing where it's like you start to become a product of your environment.
Yeah.
I promise you, if I told you some of the guys that have it, that you look up to and you would never know have it, because they all go to the same doctor.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I will say, if I told you, you'd be like, oh shit, I didn't know.
We'll talk offline. We'll talk off.
Exactly, right? So it's like the things that I start to care about, I just didn't anymore, and the things that I like, oh my God. Yeah. It was a massive realization.
I know what you're saying though, because even like, so I have my day job, and I've always said I'll never quit my day job. Like, I work for my family business. I love my day job. There are some days when I'm at my day job and I just, had a massive brand deal with like a good amount of money, and I'm like, I made more than I make in 2 months at my day job. I made it in 1 day at home. And then I got to deal with like people telling me at work that I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do it. And people giving me help. I'm kind of the boss at my day job too. Yeah. I'm thinking, what the fuck am I doing here? Yeah. And then I got to check my ego that like, for me at least, social media could be gone tomorrow. You know, I'm one video away from getting canceled saying something stupid. And that's it. All this stuff is gone.
One pot away from getting canceled.
Yeah. One fucking, like, that's gone. My day job's like, I'm in the best industry in the world. I'm in construction. We're in heavy civil construction. Like, we are such a good, reputable company that's been around for 48 years. Will likely be around for another 50, right? So I'm like, I need to check, not check my ego, but sometimes I need to remind myself that, hey, like, this social media stuff is good, but that's not the end goal. Like, my end goal is construction. Or now investing in all these other businesses. Like, but it's like in that direction, not this one. But I get what you're saying.
And the thing is, it's a little conflicting for me because I don't think I've figured out my end goal yet. Right. So I'm still in that phase of like trying to figure out what my end goal is, you know, like I right now I'm trying to focus on acting and modeling a lot more. I have two different agents that I'm signed to right now. I've been doing a lot of commercials and I've been doing a lot of I've been booking some gigs and stuff like that, but it's like, I need that one predominant role, you know, maybe like a series or even just like one blockbuster movie or something like that. Yeah. You know, I need that big one, right, to really solidify myself as an actor, right? And there's this voice in the back of my head that's like, hey, like, it'll probably be easier if you move back to LA so you can get this role. But I'm like, nah, bro, because I just seen some guy that was a server from Canada, and he's, you know, like, you know what I mean?
They are arguably two of the most popular actors right now
in the world,
and it happened overnight. And they were just like, okay, yeah, let me do this role.
Yeah,
little Canadian low budget show. They filmed in 30 days. Mm-hmm. Now season 2 is renewed.
Are they? This might be a really stupid question.
No, it's actually not stupid. I know what you're gonna ask.
So what's the answer?
In real life?
Yeah.
One of them. They have not talked, any of them, about their sexual orientations in interviews or anything. They've really kept it separate to kind of just let the world.
Yeah.
One of them is rumored to be, and the other one just posted a picture with his girlfriend on Instagram yesterday. He kind of got sick of it, and he was just kind of posted it. Yeah, so it kind of like shook the internet right now. Everyone had assumed there was already rumors going around like in Dermo and stuff, but
that's okay though. But the thing is, like, at the end of the day, you're playing a role, right?
They got that
unbelievable role.
You're playing a role, right?
Look at Heath Ledger and
that's how you know you're a good actor. If you can make the world believe.
Who's the other guy?
Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah,
I can't remember what his name is.
Heath Ledger and not Tobey Maguire. Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
And they I think they both won Golden Globes or Oscars or something. They got nominated. That was one of the biggest like movies ever. Remember the two gay cowboys? Mm-hmm. We're nearing that time, but before we do, I want to ask, what's 2026 look like for you? So obviously we know you're gonna enjoy the moment, focus on the business. What else? The new show's coming out.
Yeah, so there's the new show coming out. Like I said, like I'm excited to see, you know, because again, yes, I lived it. I was there. I was in the villa. I was in the house. I lived it, but I also don't know what it's gonna be edited like. I'm just in the dark as you guys are. So regardless, I'm excited for that to pop out this month. And then genuinely speaking, 2026, fingers crossed, will be the year that I start my business venture, whatever that business is. I don't know what it is yet, but I want to. I'm like actively, me and ChatGPT every single night are locked in trying to figure out what my next business venture is. And once we figure it out together, because we are a team, okay? She's my assistant and I love her.
Your ChatGPT's a she. Mine's a he.
Mine's a
what?
Mine's a boy.
No, you gotta change yours to a girl.
That's my
bro.
guy. That's my dude.
No. Me and my girl, we're locked in. She knows me like nobody else knows.
Do you not find she's a bit too agreeable sometimes?
No. You have to reprogram her to become.
We were talking
less
this at work.
agreeable.
Way too agreeable right now.
Yeah. I give mine the prompts that I need for depending on which conversation I'm having.
Yeah.
So I have all my different conversations. One's for podcast, one's for pickleball, one's for whatever. And I say, okay, I want you to enter this conversation as if you are the blank. So you are the number one investor in the world. I want to ask you my investment questions. I want you to pretend like you have all the knowledge from all the best investors. When I ask you a question, respond as that, right?
No, every time, like because I'll use my ChatGPT for anything. Like I'll ask her any question that comes to my mind that I don't even know. Like even if I know the answer, I'll double check with.
Should I go on the Pals podcast?
Yeah.
I love you said like I'll ask her.
No. I literally will ask her anything, and every time I ask her, I'm like, give me two opinions. Give me an opinion that you think I'm gonna like to hear, and then give me an opinion that you think isn't like Like it's just straight facts. You know what I mean? I usually be like, just give me a factual opinion, and then give me an opinion that you think I'm gonna hear. Like I'm gonna like to hear.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah. So she'll literally, it'll literally like link up with Google and like pull facts and give me that opinion one, and then give me like.
Don't you like when it gives you the fact with the little number? You can click. It's like, where the fuck did she get that? Or he. And I'll click and I'm like, this motherfucker.
Yeah. And it's like some random website that did a study like 8 years ago, and I'm like, hey,
I love it. Okay, so do you think that you might be the business?
Oh, good question. I'm gonna have to discuss with my assistant and get back to you.
I'll be honest. So I do social media on the side, right?
Yeah.
I'm my own business, right? I'm incorporated. I do that. My social media ventures pay for all the other investments I'm doing. So like the brewery, the cider company, the pickleball team.
Oh no! Don't get it twisted, bro. I think
you are the business. It's
I think in 2023, I probably made.
You don't have to say the number, don't, because then we'll have to bleep it out. It's too much work.
Yeah.
But you made a good amount.
Yeah, like.
But did
just
you
off of socials, by the way.
But did you invest it or did you spend it like fun wise?
I invested a little bit of it.
Okay.
I did, but then I went through a crazy slump. I don't know if this happened to you, but there was like a month. Like it was like within the span of a month, I lost like 3 different deals, and I just started dipping into my emergency funds, and
I get it.
that was like detrimental to my mental health, because I'm like, yo, I didn't see this coming, and it just happened so fast, and I just lost. Like I lost 3 brand deals back to, bro. I used to be that guy. My word, I used to be that guy that would be in the club and order a bottle and it would say shout out brand deals on it. Like I was that guy. You know what I mean? Like I was in now that I come to think about it, I'm like, why did you do that?
Bro, you were 22 years old.
You know what I mean? Like why did you do that? And now I think about it.
It's a learning lesson, because if you didn't do it then, you'd be wanting to do it now.
Fair.
Right? So instead of
I think I've gotten it out of my system.
That's why
bro.
I was gonna say, even like instead of doing these club hostings, why don't you do these like watch parties and stuff, like where it's, hey, you're getting together with like people in your community, people that might want to watch the show, and you're doing it at like a restaurant. Like, what was the show this past summer that was really big?
Love Island.
Yeah. Like a girlfriend of mine hosts a Love Island parties, and it was like slammed, and they do trivia, and it's like, oh, I didn't care. Like, respectfully, but
there's a fan base. I mean, depending on the fan base.
You can even do that in Toronto, right? Like, it's not a money maker, so you're not going to get rich off this, but it's a way you connect, meet more people, build
I think building a community is the number one thing now.
Listen,
so you are right.
Big thing for me last year was doing more events, right? And I hosted about 9 events last year, and again, some of them have 10 fucking people. I still loved it. Like I did books. I had a book last year. I had book signings.
You wrote a book?
Yeah.
You wrote a book?
Yeah, it's a long story.
Bro, what?
I'll give you a copy when you get out.
This guy's a superhero.
But I did that, and you know, I'd have book signings where like I'd have maybe like 20 people show up in 2 hours. Not even maybe.
Yeah, but you met the CEO of Indigo.
To me, it was a lot. To me, I'm like, I met 18 people that came. Like
20 people.
Someone took the subway from Barrie to come fucking meet me.
Someone flew from Miami to come to the book signing.
Yeah.
Actually,
like,
she probably listens.
That's fucking cool to me. Like that is, you know, when I'm 40 years old and my knees hurt and my back hurts and I can't do the same shit that I do now, I'm going to remember like, fuck, remember that 2025 when I launched the book, I held 9 events, did all this shit, did these crazy brand deals, flew to these countries, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm going to look back and say, holy crap. So the whole point of me telling you this is fucking enjoy this. Because one day you're going to be my age and life's going to look a little bit different. And you're going to wish you had the piss and vinegar that you have now. I still got it, thankfully. But you're going to wish you had the piss and vinegar that you have now to go out and the zest for life. Because I see it, man. Once you hit 30, I see a lot of like people my age start to lose that zest for life. And they change and they pivot and they still live life, but it's just completely different now, right? So enjoy this while you can.
No, I'm gonna definitely try to enjoy it. My problem is I enjoy too much, right?
That's the point of life, bro.
I think that's my problem is that I enjoy too much,
man.
right? Like but because you have to understand, like I'm the black sheep of my family, right? Like both of my sisters are nurses. One of my other sisters is a travel nurse, makes ridiculous money. Like, but I mean, like, I can't sit here and tell you she enjoys her life because she'll randomly be in like Halifax tomorrow for work, you know, and like she's stuck there for 2 weeks, you know.
Shout out Halifax.
You know, shout out. But no, she's making a lot of money doing that, right? She just bought her first property. Like she's doing her own thing. And then my little sister is like following in her footsteps as well. I'm the one that's like, hey guys, like, I'm
Hey
on
mom, I'm going to
socials.
LA next
Yeah,
week.
like,
Yo, my show's launching. Did I tell you I went on a show?
like, mom, don't watch that. Like, I'm that guy, but in saying so, I saw this, and like, I know you guys want to wrap, so we'll pretty much end off on this. But I saw this interview. I think it was what's the Longhorns guy?
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, it was Matthew McConaughey, and he said something about the black sheep of the family is usually the one that lives their life, like really, really lives their life. The one that decides to step out, because he's saying that he was the black sheep of his family, right? He was the one that decided to take that step out. And again, like, African parents, strict father, strict mom, like only son of the family, like wasn't allowed to make any mistakes. And then I just said, oh, fuck it. I'm and so I'm still trying to stay within the lines, but also trying to just live my life and trying to, make something out of myself. But my goodness, I think 2026 is going to be that year. So to everybody out there that's stepped out of their lines and trying to color outside the lines, I don't know if I'm making any sense.
Yeah, you
Let
are.
me know if I'm not. But anybody out there that's trying to color outside the lines, just know we're all just as confused as you are, bro. We're all just figuring it out as we go. But hopefully we all figure it out together. And goddamn, I'm excited. I'm excited for 2026. I'm excited for this podcast to come out. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for coming.
Thank you guys for being so friendly. And I'm glad we finally got to get this one out.
I fucking appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
No, you were.
That was
you're
like a nice ending.
Yeah, and he even rapped it too. I was like, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Obi, thanks for coming, man. You're honestly a fucking genuine dude, and like, I feel like,
man.
Online you're this like cool macho, like good looking dude that like has all his fun. Was on this like kind of sex reality TV, or I guess no sex reality TV show.
Yeah.
But like, I think people get to see a different side of you on this, which I think people are really gonna like to see.
I think a lot of people forget that, I'm still a human being, guys. I promise you, and I still have, a life that I live outside of social media. So if you're outside and you see me, come say what's up, man. Don't be weird. Don't be weird about it. I'll have a chat with literally anybody. I'll talk to a wall if I can. And I'm sure you've seen that. I'm a yapper, and rightfully so. So yeah, don't believe everything you see on socials, man.
I love it. If people want to find out more about you, the show, your life, where can they go? How can they find you?
Everything on TikTok or on Instagram or on every channel, every platform is simple. It's just at Obie Boulevard, OBI_BLVD.
Love it. Love it. And thank you for coming on. Honestly, it was a pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you for having me, man. I'm glad we finally got to do
this.
this.
I'm glad we got to do this too. and guys, if you made it to the end of this, guys, we appreciate you. Thank you for listening. Give Obie a follow. Give Danielle a follow. Give myself a follow. And we will see you guys next week.
Woohoo!
Peace.